Welcome, brave viewers, to the fourth and final installment of the Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk Universal Studios Monsters series. In this last week of October, we'll be taking a look at the lycanthropic leader of the Fab Four. Get your Wolfsbane ready, lest you be laid into by Leo as the Wolfman. As we will see throughout this review, Leo as the Wolfman pays homage to the original Wolfman film starring Lon Chaney Jr. His file card even provides the same story as the 1941 movie of Leo suffering the same shape-shifting curse as Larry Talbot after being wounded by a werewolf. Whenever the moon is full, this mutant must morph from Colonian to canine. As has been the case with all of the Universal Studios Monsters Turtles thus far, Playmates has done another amazing job blending the retro spookiness of classic horror movies with the puerile playfulness of the premier TMNT toy line. In Wolfman form, Leo has grown a full coat of fur that is the same sort of rifle green as the skin on his previous figures. He's not actually flocked, but he does have a spectacular sculpt to give him a hairy appearance. In addition to his newfound fur, Leo as the Wolfman has sprouted fangs, long claws on his fingers and toes, and even a pair of pointed ears. Metamorphosing into mammal mode sure does a number on Leo's clothes, as he now wears a shredded white shirt and slashed up blue slacks. Leo's customary blue elbow pads and knee pads seem to have survived the shifting intact, but his bandana has a similar ragged appearance to the rest of his clothes. Leo as the Wolfman is articulate at all of the same points as his brothers. Also, like the other Universal Studios Monsters figures, he's capable of fun and scary poses. The one downside is that he's standing on the ball of each of his feet, which makes standing him up pretty difficult, particularly on a softer surface. And of course, there's Leo's eccentric equipment that goes along with the Wolfman theme. There's the Bony Katana, which has a pretty good amount of detail for a single colored piece of plastic, such as the bone handle and the tiny spider on the blade. Also included are the silver bullet shooting gun and the fiendish foot trap, which look alright but don't have any of the gimmicky goodness that we've grown accustomed to. However, my favorite item that Leo as the Wolfman comes with is the Wolfhead cane. It's a cartoony version of the cane that Larry Talbot had bought and wound up beaten to death with in the original Wolfman movie. Keeping with the theme of the Universal Studios Monsters series, Leo as the Wolfman does glow. He's obviously not as luminescent as Raph as the Mummy, but he's got a large glowing area in his shirt as well as smaller parts like his eyes, teeth, and claws. As I've said, the biggest flaw in this series of turtles is their inability to retain their glow for more than a few seconds. But as long as they look good with the lights on, that's good enough for me. Well, that's the end of the line for the first series of Universal Studios Monsters TMNT figures. I hope you dug all the monster madness and the retro radness. Those of you who weren't scared away, you can let any Freddy cats know that next week Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk will be safe again. Although only until next October, as there is a Universal Studios Monsters Series 2. And if Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk is still going a year from now, you can bank on them showing up. I hope you've enjoyed checking out the Green Teens in their Halloween costumes as much as I've enjoyed showing them off. Any and all thoughts, opinions, and questions are always welcome. All you've got to do is join the forums at www.popculturenetwork.com and jump in on the action. While you're there, why not take a look around at everything else Pop Culture Network has to offer? We've got plenty of stuff on other toy lines, comics, wrestling, and everything else you love. And while we're on everything you love, you can find plenty of that in stock at the Pop Culture Network store. Check it out today. If you've missed an episode or simply feel like rewatching one, they can all be found at www.radicalretro.com. Hope to have you all back next week. Have a rad Halloween, friends.